Support for the No Good Podcast is brought to you by MANSCAPE, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming champions of the world. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right. It is the 4.0, ladies and gentlemen. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code NOGOOD at Manscaped. So imagine you are shaving with a sleek, well-designed, and optimized trimmer at shaving time, your favorite time in the bathroom. Before Manscaped, I used to hate it. I used to dread the moment when I had to make sure my family jewels were all pretty and clean. Now I look forward to it. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code NOGOOD at manscaped.com. That is 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com, and use the code NOGOOD. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Welcome, King James. I am the king of this domain. This is the serververse.
What'd you do to my son? Where's Dom?
The only way you're getting your son back is if you and I play a little basketball. Pete, send this clown to the rejects.
Wait. What is this? Ah! I'm a cartoon?
What's up, Doc?
Let me ask you a question about Space Jam, okay? All right.
Yeah.
If Warner Brothers, and this is no disrespect to Warner Brothers, actually, it's a little bit of disrespect to Warner Brothers. If Warner Brothers was basing all of the movies that they created based off an algorithm, I think that makes sense. I think it makes sense why DC movies are so trash.
Why? Because they're based off an algorithm?
Because they're basing it off an algorithm. Because they're basing.
Okay, I see what you're doing now.
If there's
I won't even
any
get the
validity,
satisfaction of telling people spoiler alert. Sorry, continue.
if there's no, you should have known that from the trailer if you've seen the trailer. But I guess okay. Do you want to do spoiler alert? We can do a quick spoiler alert here if you guys.
Nah,
want.
man, it's quite all right. It's quite all right. Actually, we'll be saving people some time with this, man. So just buckle in for some spoilers, because here we go.
All right, look. All I'm saying is, look, if Warner Brothers really does use an algorithm to decide what movies they should and should not make, makes sense why DC movies are so trash, to be honest with you.
Bro, this is bad.
Okay, look. Before we get into bashing it, I feel like we got to lay out some ground rules. First of all, we got to realize that, and maybe this is a conversation we're not ready to have as a society, but we got to realize that, like, the first initial Space Jam was also not a good movie.
Yeah, of course. It got like 44% of Rotten Tomatoes.
Right. So it's like a cult classic, right? So I think in a lot of ways, this also follows suit to that, where it's like, it's not a good movie, but because we like basketball, it's a good movie. You know?
I love how you started off such a hot take, and then you kind of just walked them back and just put them in the same category of being trash. Listen, they're not in the same, bro.
Why?
There's literally barely. First of all, in the first Space Jam, they're actually playing basketball, like the actual game of basketball more. In this, maybe I saw 20 minutes of actual runtime of actual basketball. Outside, it was basically like a Don Cheadle movie in the algorithm. It's just like, I don't know, man. It looked like a really expensive, like the most expensive SNL skit ever created. That's what it looked like. It was one giant SNL skit, man.
That's funny. That's good though. I like that. That's a perfect analogy for this movie. I love the way, you know what I will say though. You know, there's this moment in the movie. There's this little montage. You know what? Actually, another way to put it, this movie was if you did. You know how there's like montage scenes in every movie where like the gang gets together and they do stuff. This entire movie was a montage.
Yeah.
The entire movie was a montage. There was maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes of plot, but the entire movie was a montage from, you know, how they introduced LeBron to how they got into the gaming thing, to going into the whatever verse, to Braun and Bugs Bunny traveling through the different worlds.
That was the stupidest thing. Hey, you want to go to Hogwarts today? Like,
Yeah.
fam.
Okay. No, but to be fair, I kind of like that. I didn't mind that. I kind of
Okay,
enjoyed it.
okay, I
I
respect that.
enjoyed it. I didn't think like if you're a fan of those movies, like me and you were huge DC fans, I thought it was pretty cool to
Yeah.
see LeBron interact with like Superman and
Oh,
Batman
now
and
like
all the.
Justice League pull up and be like, "Yo,
Yeah.
what are you doing over here?" Yeah, that's
Right.
kind of cool.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Like
Yeah, that's true.
I thought it was cool to see like LeBron in a Harry Potter stuff and stuff like that.
Okay.
I will say, I think I remember in Trainwreck, Braun was really good as an actor. He was actually pretty good, and maybe it was because he was playing himself. But to be fair, he's playing himself in Space Jam too. Anyways,
Way worse.
he was really bad in this movie. It you know what it seemed like? It seemed like every scene he was trying not to laugh while he
Yeah,
was doing the scene. You know?
yeah. Yeah, like when Don Cheadle took away his son, this man had like a little trying to hide his smile on his face. I'm like, fam, it came to a point where when his son got taken away, and LeBron had to act how to run. I'm okay. This is horrible. You're an athlete. It looks like you don't know how to run. Like run properly. Like you just run like a basketball player. But the way he was running to try to save his son, looked like he tore his ACL. It looked bad. I'm like, come on, man, come on. Like it wasn't a good job. Like the whole, but honestly, I wish they made this movie with somebody else who could actually act. You know what I mean? Like the whole joke where they had with Jordan coming in and him being Michael B. Jordan.
No, I thought that was
That
good.
scene was
I thought that
funny.
was good. I thought that was good. I
I
thought they
was
did
like,
that really
oh,
well.
that was good. That
I
was good.
before the movie came out, they had leaked that Michael Jordan was going to be in the movie. And I came into the movie expecting Michael Jordan to pop up somehow. And
Wow.
for him to pop up that way, I was, Michael B. Jordan instead of A. Jordan. It kind of that's good. That's good. I like that a lot. The one thing about the movie that I thought was interesting is like, and it kind of takes from Space Jam too, because if you remember the original Space Jam, a lot of it had to do with Chicago Bulls owner Jerry Krause and the situation that was going on with the Bulls. And it was right before, I think, his second last year or last year, Jordan's second or last year. And clearly there was a lot of turmoil there where they kind of took that and made it a movie with the
Yeah.
whole Monstars and everything. I think in a lot of ways they did something similar with LeBron, because it seems like he's at a point in his life where family is very, very important. And even his family himself, right? Don't do the Vin Diesel thing.
The way
Don't
you
do the
said it, don't slow down when you get to family, and don't slow down your cadence. Man. It's like all real serious.
No, but I think it's interesting because like obviously like they made the family very similar to what his family is. He had
Yeah.
he has an older son in Bronny that is clearly like way more talented in basketball and is going to be like next up. And then he has a younger
He's gonna be
child,
a video game
Bryce,
developer.
who might end up being a game developer. Like maybe he actually made this movie for his son, to be like that realization of.
Honestly, hopefully his son goes to EA Games and is able to fix the microtransactions, completely get rid of it. If that's his future, go for it, man. But you're shooting them a little bit of bail. I guess so. It was cool to see like all like them stunting, seeing everything they've like licensed and created in half. But it kind of took away from actually watching the game. Like I was just trying to see him like, bro, is that kid? Yo, what? Rick and Morty in the universe? It's just like, okay. At one point, this felt like um the researchers and the person who did the writing for this movie watched the old Space Jam once and was like, what, let's just copy exactly what we did in Ready Player One. With a little bit of the old Space Jam. That's what it kind of looked like to me. And one big advertisement for HBO Max. And to be honest, it worked because I will be continuing to use it.
Yeah,
Like
I
it
agree.
worked.
I agree. Like at the end of the day, man, it's supposed to be a
For the
movie for.
kids.
Yeah, a movie for the kids. It is supposed to be a movie for the kids, but it's also supposed to be a movie for basketball fans. You know,
Yeah.
like it was cool to see Diana Taurasi. It was cool to see obviously AD, Klay Thompson, Dame. Like it's cool to see those guys, right?
Yeah, I like the Dame time slow down thing. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
That was nice.
it's
Slow down
funny.
time like he's a speedster. I love
Yeah,
that.
it's funny because of you know what happened this year, literally today, with Dame potentially asking out of Portland. Just interesting
Yeah,
how.
right.
Yeah, but no, man, I thought it
That's
was
a whole other
good.
story in itself.
Yeah, it is a whole nother story in
That's
itself.
one of the story where I ask you an old super max and people just be able to just go and do whatever they want. But
Mhm.
anyways, what would you
I'm a
rate this?
big fan. I
You're a
like
big fan of
this
what? Of Dame?
of this movie of this, and yeah, of Dame. I like Dame too. I'm a big fan of Dame. But yeah, I like this movie. I fully acknowledge that it's a bad movie. And I
Yeah.
want us all to embrace the fact that it is okay sometimes to enjoy bad movies. It is okay, ladies and gentlemen. If you're listening to this right now and you're like, man, I recognize that Space Jam 2 was a bad movie. But it's also okay to recognize that Space Jam 2 being a bad movie doesn't mean you can't like it. Doesn't mean that. There are plenty of bad movies in my past that I've watched where I'm like, damn it, I like that movie. I don't know why
Yeah.
I like it. Like for example, Nat is a huge fan of Aquaman, even though it's a bad movie. And you know, he'll go to the grave
Listen,
with
I
that.
was trying to avoid you just I just avoiding getting to the issue. Like, please don't use me as an example. Please don't use me as an example. Just move on. Just move on.
Yeah, so like, you know, we all have our faults. We all have the faults in our
Mhm.
stars. So all right,
All
look,
right. Okay. Okay. If I just
my
didn't finish watching The Prestige, I would go at you, man. But this is chess, not checkers, or
my
mahjong. You don't even know.
what is my rating for the movie? Like maybe like
Yeah.
a 6 out of 10, like 7 out of 10,
Wow.
maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I
being
respect
generous.
that.
That's being generous too, you know, but like
I respect that, man. Honestly, for me, I'm gonna give it a solid 5 out of 10, and that's me being generous. Somewhere in the world, Michael Jordan is smiling and laughing right now. Until next time, Mr. Boys for No Good Podcast. We'll see you soon.
you're